is an education researcher and leader of Nigerian teachers community, Dr. Peter Ogdoro. Good to have you join us. Well, ASUU is currently on a warning strike over which the federal government has now invoked the no work, no pay policy. Let's even address that before we, get to the fresh demands they're making. What's your take about how government is handling the matter?
Well, I think it's unfortunate that we're taking that approach to trying to resolve the crisis that, as a matter of fact, the government itself has orchestrated because the government hasn't behaved badly. When we say government, it's not just this current administration. We have for over a decade been grappling with a simple, agreement as far back as even beyond 10 years that we're discussing here. And subsequent administrations have failed to honor agreements reached with us. And that is not a way to promote good conduct in our society. Children are watching, young people are seeing that we are in a country where politicians don't keep the agreements. And we are teaching them very bad way to relate with groups and individuals. So I think that government should not continue to behave as if they can carry, they can use the government might to keep everybody quiet.
But also, Dr. Ogdoro, there was something the Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, said that they have actually, met the lecturers' demand. They do not know what more the lecturers are asking for. So could it be that the lecturers are perhaps, raising some vague demands that are unclear and government doesn't even know how to go about it?
Yeah, that is very interesting to hear, the minister take that position. But this is a matter, even those of you in the media have always been involved in, helping us to understand over the years. The government hasn't fully implemented agreements reached with ASUU. That one is an open secret, and so we should not pretend we don't know what the truth is. And so what I think the government should be campaigning for is for ASUU to temper, justice with mercy, to try and show some understanding as they work towards resolving all the matters that are on the table. But to come and give the impression that ASUU is making an unreasonable demand will not be a way forward, especially when it concerns managing their relationship with university lecturers. It's not good for us. I don't think that the minister has said it properly.
All right, now let's talk about some of the issues. Lecturer salaries has always been a contentious issue. And now that ASUU is throwing it up again, especially in that interaction they had with the Senate, do you suppose the federal government is able to actually implement a significant increase, in lecturers' pay under the prevailing circumstances?
Well, why are we able to pay parliamentarians salary that is above almost what every other parliamentarian outside of Nigeria on the continent of Africa is earning? And we are not able to improve the conditions of service of university lecturers in Nigeria so that they can stay here and help us to develop the capacity we need to be able to accelerate development. I think Nigeria can make it happen if we're willing, but we haven't seen that will demonstrated clearly by the politicians who run our country. And that definitely is very unfortunate. We do not lack the resources to make this happen because education, as we all know, remains the bedrock of development. If we get it right at the level of education, every other challenge that we have as a country, economic, political, technological, science, will all start moving forward very speedily. But so long as we continue to toy with education, especially higher education, which is where we generate all the ideas we need to move our society forward. For that long, we will continue to grapple with most of these challenges that are confronting us today.
Well, there's actually another issue. ASUU today raised an alarm over an alleged attempt to take part of the University of Abuja's land, about 10,000 hectares, what we're saying here. So is this like a case of placing real estate interest above research excellence, or what exactly do you think is playing out?
Well, again, you can see what we're saying. Government that has failed to demonstrate a commitment to implementing agreement reached with ASUU for over a decade is the same government that is trying to indulge in land grabbing, which, if private individuals do this, we sue them, we prosecute them, and send them behind bars. So I do not think that this is what the FCT administration should be looking into. And go and research it properly. Other things being equal, at the end of the day, if they succeed in grabbing that land, the people who benefit from it directly will not be the ordinary Nigerian in the street. It will be politicians who will gather and share the land. And that is not what we should be using land that has been designated for academic research, for our children to find places where they can live and do proper academic work. That is what that land is meant for. So politicians should not get greedy and start looking in directions that they shouldn't have anything to do with. This is very unfortunate, and it's very embarrassing. It's scandalous. We shouldn't be hearing things like this about our country.
Well, let's see how this fresh round of talks would impact the land grain issue. Education researcher and leader, Nigerian teachers community, Dr. Peter Ogudoro. Many thanks for talking to us on TVC News at 7.
My pleasure.